There was a lot that was released at NAB 2025 this year, but I boiled it down to 5 things that I think really moved the needle and I think that you'll think is pretty dope as well. This was my first year actually at NAB, and I was blown away at just how incredible of an event it was, just the overall, everything about it. Like, got to meet up with some old friends, met a ton of new friends, tons of networking. Like, if you haven't gone and you want to go, I highly, highly, highly recommend it next year. Starting with number 1, the new Hollyland Pyro 5-inch. So, you know, there was the Pyro 7, incredible monitor, incredible transmitter, receiver, but they just came out with the 5-inch. And I'm so glad that they came out with this, because when I got the 7-inch and I started talking about it, I had a lot of people say, oh man, I love this, but I wish they had a 5-inch. Here we go. So one of the things that there's, obviously the size is different. That's the biggest thing between the 5 and the 7-inch. But one of the biggest other differences is they said that there's going to be camera control. Camera control. I don't know what cameras and what that exactly looks like, but USB-C camera control to the camera. Pretty sick. And then also internal proxy recording. Not really sure what that looks like and how that's going to work, but internal proxy recording. Next up is some of my favorite lenses. If you know me, I love DZOFILM lenses. Love them. And they just dropped the new, well, it hasn't come out yet, but they announced it and showed it at NAB, the new Arles Lustre. First things first, this thing looks sick. The gold bronze look of it, oh my gosh, but that's not what's important. What's important is how this lens actually looks and what's the characteristics of it. So they really wanted like a very vintage looking, with a lot of character. And so these new Arles lenses, all the same amazing qualities of the Arles, but there is either like a lack of a coating. I don't know that much about lenses. Lack of a coating, or just a different type of coating that's going to give more of those amber, warm flares, but again, like with all of the sexiness of the Arles. And then one that people were really looking forward to, and I had people ask me, hey, make sure you go check this out and tell me what you think, is the new DZOFILM Vespid 2 Cooks. So it's got I don't know if the glass itself has any cook technology or anything in it, but the big thing is the metadata, the iTechnology metadata, Cook iTechnology metadata. So on the back of the lens, there is the, pins for metadata. So that would be things like your camera being able to read the T-stop. Maybe it's for like virtual productions as well, so that you get that metadata for post. But yeah, so Cook is working with DZO. That's pretty wild. As for release dates, the Arles Lustres are supposed to be coming out the end of May, and the Vespid 2s beginning of July. Let's talk about lights. Next up is the new Aputure XT52. Now, it's not going to be as widely used as something like a 1200 or a 7, something of less power. But as you get more into your filmmaking career, there's going to be more times where you're going to just need more light. That's just how it is. Like, I use a 1200X on a regular basis, and I need it. Like, I need that power because I either want to recreate the sun or add some light onto like the back of a wall, or I just need to put a light further away with a bigger piece of diffusion. But because that light's so far away, I need more power. So you're just going to need more power as you get into your career. And the XT52, it's 5,200 watts of power. It's a ton. It's got the Blazar engine in it, so you're going to get all of that, the color fidelity that Aputure has really been bringing lately. And yeah, so super stoked about that. Now let's take a walk over to the Blazar booth. So Blazar, freaking incredible lenses. Anamorphic is just so much fun to play with. They just came out with this it's called the Beetle. It's a tiny, tiny little, people are saying that it's a photograph anamorphic lens, which it definitely is, I think, but I think it's going to be used a lot for, in my opinion, like drone and FPV kind of stuff. The only, I don't know if I'd say it's a downside, but the only thing that people would maybe complain about is that it's a fixed aperture. It's a T3.2 or something like that. And whatever reason, you know, there's lots of reasons, but to be that small and have those anamorphic characters is crazy. And then this thing, actually, it's really cool. This is probably why it's more of a photography lens, but there's a little button on the side and you can actually just rotate the lens to go vertical instead of having to like, you do some sort of weird thing, but it goes on like normal, like a normal lens, and then you press the little button and turn it, and now you've got vertical anamorphic characteristics with a vertical shot. Crazy. So very excited for that one. I think that's just, it's innovative. Never seen something like that before. So very cool, Blazar. All right, last but not least, this is a product that I think it's amazing. I mean, truly like the best. The new Tilta Mirage Pro matte box. This thing is freaking incredible. If you know the Mirage, the original Mirage, it was a smaller matte box with a spot for VND, and then in the front there was a spot to be able to put like 4x5 filters, which is nice, but I like having like an actual tray for my 4x5s. So they just came out with the Mirage Pro. It's bigger, it's better in every way, I think, but you get 3 filter trays for 4x5s, and then you actually have a full 4x5 size VND. And I love VND because it just speeds things up so much. It makes your life just easier, and obviously I would prefer hard ND, but it's so nice. Slide it in there, be able to turn it and get the right exposure that you need. But this thing is the Pro. It comes with like hard mats. It comes with a 15mm rod, swing away arm. And so you just pop it on there, swing it away. It's everything that I've wanted, truthfully, everything. I really do think that it's like the perfect matte box. Like I said, if you haven't been to NAB, definitely go next year. It was such an incredible time, but I'm gonna leave all the links for everything that's been released, at least as of the recording of this video. These are B&H affiliate links, and if you so choose to buy this stuff, I would love if you use the link. It helps me out a little bit, just be able to continue to do this kind of stuff. But grateful to be here. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment if you had any questions about any of the products that I talked about, and if there's something else that you would like for me to talk about. In the words of Truman, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.